You know how sometimes you read something, maybe just a single sentence in a book, and it just gets stuck in your head? An image so clear it almost feels like one of your own memories? Well, today we're going to dive into the art of that haunted image. We're going to figure out how writers create these moments that stay with us forever, and more importantly, how you can use their secrets. I love this quote from the poet Robert Haas. "It is like being alive twice." What a perfect way to put it. These images are so much more than just words on a page, right? They're a whole experience. You're living your own life, and for a split second, you're also living inside the world of the story. It's this incredible, powerful effect. So what is the secret sauce? How do they actually do it? Well, I can tell you it's not about using a bunch of fancy $10 words or writing pages and pages of description. No, it's something way more focused, way more precise, and we're about to crack it wide open. All right, first things first. When we talk about an image in creative writing, your brain probably jumps straight to, a picture, something you can see. But that's only half the story. The truth is, it's so much more than just a visual. Here's the basic formula. A really great literary image needs two things. Part one is a sensory detail. Yeah, something you see or hear or even smell. But part two, and this is the absolute key, is the context around it. That context is what loads the detail up with emotion. It's the 1-2 punch that makes it unforgettable. This example says it all. Look on the left. A yellow tulip. Okay, it's a flower. I can picture it. But now look at the right. The context changes everything. When he told her he loved her, she offered him a wilted yellow tulip. Oof, right? All of a sudden, that tulip is heavy. It's full of sadness, rejection, maybe even pity. The image isn't the flower anymore. It's the whole heartbreaking moment. That's context. Okay, so you get the theory, but how do we actually build these things from the ground up? Well, it's time to open up the writer's toolkit. Let's look at a few simple, really powerful techniques that anyone can learn to use. Our first tool is juxtaposition. Now I know, that's a fancy sounding word, but all it means is putting two different, often opposite things right next to each other. It's in that clash, that friction between the two, where all this new meaning and energy gets created. Check out these examples. You've got these beautiful, delicate flower petals smashed up against the harsh, dirty tracks of a car. Nature versus machine, beauty versus industry. It just creates instant tension. Or how about this one? Naked trees shivering in the wind. We know what it feels like to be naked and shivering. By putting that human feeling onto a tree in winter, it creates this startling image of vulnerability. It's that unexpected combo that makes it stick. All right, on to our second tool. And this one might be the most important of all. It's all about choosing the right verb. The verb is the engine of your sentence. It's the action. It's where all the power comes from. Just look at the difference here. The drunk walked. Fine, I get it. But the drunk staggered. Bam. Now I have a movie in my head. I see the unsteadiness. I feel the lack of control. And the second one, his love went away, is so generic. But his love withered? Wow. That suggests something that was once alive and beautiful is now dying and curling in on itself. A single word tells a whole story. And that brings us perfectly to our third tool, which is really just a rule of thumb. If your verb is strong enough, you don't need to prop it up with adverbs. Words like very, really, slowly, they're often just a sign that your verb isn't doing its job. The master of lean, powerful writing, Ernest Hemingway, famously said to be suspicious of adverbs. And he was right. Instead of saying someone ran really fast, find a better verb, like sprinted or bolted. Instead of spoke very softly, just say whispered. The stronger verb does all the work. Okay, our last tool for now is about the words we use to name and describe things, our nouns and adjectives. And the rule here is exactly the same as with verbs. Precision is everything. You've got to find the one right word, not a pile of okay-ish ones. So think about it. Don't just say bag. What kind of bag is it? A satchel? A duffel? A pouch? Each of those words creates a completely different picture. And the same goes for adjectives. Don't tell me a blanket is old and gray and ripped and wool. Just give me the one adjective that carries all the emotional weight. Give me threadbare. That one word tells me about poverty, about years of use, about desperation. It's so much more powerful. All right, so now we have our toolkit. We know the ingredients. Let's see how a master chef puts it all together, shall we? We're going to circle all the way back to Robert Haas, the poet we started with. And look at this devastating moment from one of his stories. So here's the scene. A young composer is head over heels for an older Japanese painter, and one night, she just calls him on it. She lays her vulnerability right there on the table, this incredibly personal, physical truth about her body. You can just feel the air go out of the room. And there it is. Did you see it? One of our tools in action. His radiance, his crush, his infatuation, it didn't just go away, it withered. That's our strong verb, right there. It's so perfect and so painful. And his rejection, that sets the emotional stage for the final image. And this is it. In the morning, he finds this bowl. At first glance, it's beautiful. Rose petals. Romantic, right? But then he looks closer, and underneath, it's filled with dead bees. That juxtaposition is just devastating. Beauty and death, attraction and decay. The story doesn't need to explain how anyone feels. The image says it all. It just burns itself right into your brain. But here's the thing. A haunting image doesn't have to be a static object, like a bowl. Sometimes the most powerful and memorable image isn't a thing at all. It's an action, a simple gesture. Take this moment from Gary Soto's poem Oranges. It's about a boy on his first date. He's only got one nickel. The girl he's with picks out a chocolate that costs 10 cents. You can feel that panic, right? But instead of saying anything, he just quietly puts his nickel on the counter, and then he puts one of the 2 oranges he had in his pocket next to it. That's the whole image. The gesture says everything. This is all I have, but I want to give it to you. It's about hope and embarrassment and dignity, all wrapped up in that one simple action. So, we've broken down what a haunting image is, we've looked at the tools you need to build one, and we've seen how the masters do it. What's the one big idea you should walk away with? It all comes down to this. Real power in writing comes from precision, not from volume. It's not about throwing 1,000 words at the page hoping something sticks. It's about finding that one perfect verb, that one telling detail, that one shocking contrast that does all the heavy lifting for you. It's about less being so much more. Look, creating these moments isn't some secret magic that only a chosen few are born with. It's a craft. It's a set of tools. And now that you know what to look for, you're going to start seeing these images everywhere you look. And even better, you now have the tools to start crafting them yourself. So the only question left is, what story will you tell?